Hello there, and welcome. Well, I've been talking about popular for a couple of weeks, and I have to come to the popular that we all recognize, and some of us have experienced, and some of us never will. And it's talented popular. Talented popular is one that wherever you are in your human life, you understand talented popular. Young people are often surprisingly gifted early on with abilities in music or in drawing, artistry, or problem solving and classroom work, or athletics. And I'd like to use athletics as our kind of demonstration model for this week because I think we all understand it to a great degree. Even if you're not a big sports fan, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. And it's something that young people get fairly early on. They understand it, and it is significant. It has a significant effect on life for people. And that is this idea of being a very talented person at some activity. My youngest brother Brian was a talented musician. He does not practice his craft that I know of very much anymore, but he was an amazingly talented musician, and it brought a lot of love and popularity his way. He could pick up just about any instrument, and he could sing too. And he was funny, and so people were drawn to him and found him appealing and liked him because he had this ability. And of course, we all love somebody who can sing well or play music well. It's an endearing thing to us. But even as much as those things are lovable, very few people can resist a great athlete. If you have a great athlete on a team when you're in high school, and that athlete makes a difference in a championship, man, that athlete is popular. Because we feel this vicarious thrill of winning through their winning. And they're admirable. Their physical ability is admirable, and they often are very appealing looking because they're super healthy. And so we're very drawn to them because they provide us this entertainment and vicarious joy. And the problem, of course, in this context is just because somebody's a great something or other, musician or singer or artist or athlete, just because they're really good at something doesn't mean they are of an appealing personality or prone to goodness. They may be prone to wickedness. And that does happen. There are popular people who are athletic people who have a tendency to choose to do the wrong thing off the court or off the field. And one of the ways that a teacher can be helpful in this context is to always try to acknowledge when someone who's popular for their talent does something good, kind, generous for their community. It's important to acknowledge it because you get what you look at, you get what you focus on, you get more of that. And so if you want a talented and popular person to do good things and to add to the community, whenever they do, make sure you acknowledge it and praise them for it. Because if you don't, they'll start to think the only thing that's worthwhile that they can do is that athletic thing. And it simply isn't true because let's face it, even the most gifted athletes are not permanently that athletic. The body ages, things wear out, things change, and even somebody as remarkable, as amazing as, say, Michael Jordan, they don't get to play their athletic activity all their lives. And so we need to encourage them to find those internal resources of goodness and generosity, to use when they have those moments of the spotlight on them, because that way they're happy and encouraged by their own behavior when they look back at a different time. By being generous and kind and supportive of others when they're receiving accolades, they learn ways of being content with themselves when they can no longer do the miraculous physical things that they did when they're youth. In that way, artists have an advantage, musicians have an advantage, because a musician can keep musicking, making music into their dotage. An artist can keep making art into the dotage. They can last a lot longer with their talents than a strenuous athlete can. So anytime you meet a talented and popular young person, watch for those moments when they're generous and kind and they benefit those around them, and make sure they know that you really admire that in them. That it's wonderful to admire their athleticism, but you don't have to worry. The whole world is going to encourage their talent and athleticism. Your challenge, teacher, is to encourage the other things that are great about them that come when maybe other people aren't watching as closely. That's it for today. I hope you have a glorious rest of the day, and I hope you see me again, you gorgeous people.